My parents taught me how to disclose. My problem is I talk too much, and often I disclose too much too fast. My whole thinking, especially when I was young, was, well, they're going to get to know me, and I'm going to invest any time into this project. Then what I'm going to do is give them everything at once. That way, if they don't like me, then I don't waste any time. Not realizing I'm scaring the living crap out of people when I, pardon the vernacular, when I do that, because most individuals can't handle that much all at once. So now I do a much more gradual. My parents are like, you have to do a gradual process, because otherwise you're going to overwhelm people and they're not going to know what to say or what to think, and then they're going to back off.
And some of my friends helped me talk even more, but I was real quiet. I couldn't help it. I was made like that. And once I got to being around them and treat each other like family, and I got to talking more in front of them.
Before the job search, actually, I started in law school, where in order to get into law school, I had to make the decision, should I put this on my personal statement? Well, I don't want to bury my disability, but I don't want to have it thrown out. So I created my own interview and literally interviewed the schools I wanted to go to and met with their disability coordinator, one, to see if it's a good fit, and two, to basically say, yes, now you know in advance. That way I don't have to put it anywhere else, and they're aware of it. As for jobs, I always put it in the interview. I want it to be a fair process, so I don't put it on the application, because again, I don't know who's reading that. But when you do the interview, I want it to be fair so that I know my responsibilities and what I can and can't do, and the employer knows who they're hiring.
I guess I kind of told Marion that's working here. I told her. I think I told her for sure that I had a disability. I think. She might have known that. Then told Kathy. I think. And then from there, Kathy would tell the coworkers. Well, at first, I was kind of afraid and kind of shy at the same time, not knowing how I'll explain it to them, and how they would feel comfortable with it.
When it comes to the job search, I don't know what the best is. If I don't disclose, it will harm me because I won't be able to get my needs met. If I do disclose, it may keep me from getting the job. But at the same point, I think I would keep it the way it is and say, if they didn't accept me for who I am, then they don't accept me for who I am. But to not tell them about my disability, to me, would not be acceptable, because then they can't get what they need out of me as a worker, and I can't get what I need out of them as an employer.
What I think any employer should realize is that a person such as George has brought great value to our company. He's a personality. He's well liked by his teammates and co-workers, and the reason that is work because we have the environment that allows him to thrive. We believe in him. I never once viewed George Dean as a person with a disability. George Dean is a person with a wealth of capabilities.
They're just really good employees. They're just good employees. They come in, they do their jobs, they have a great attitude, they're very pleasant to be around, and they're consistent. You know, Chelsea, for example, will come in on days when she's not scheduled to work, when schools are out or businesses are closed, and she wants to be here. And that's kind of the level of commitment that I look for, and they both bring that to the table.
One, be honest. You are who you are. Secondly, be as positive as possible. Yes, you may not be able to pour coffee or drive a car. And don't start with that state. These are the good things. This is what I can bring to the table. State your skills first, but then state, these are the things I will not be able to do for you. And but you stress the positive. Always stress what you can do. And then state, these are certain areas I am not as good at. That also will help with some employers, because it admits you can admit your failings or disabilities, not just failings but disabilities as well.
I tell them that they should try being yourself and express yourself the best you know how.